Okay, listen, you guys been wanting sliders. Well, guess what I'm going to give you? I'm giving you sliders, okay? If you're unfamiliar with me, I'm Oxtapuss or Oxta from the college football revamp community. Over there, I created my own rosters for years, literally by myself for years, multiple years. Sliders, been working on sliders for years over there, dedicated thousands of hours to the game, okay? So now I'm working on CFB 25 a little bit, just trying to create some sliders for you guys. If you don't know, I try to make it realistic, but I try to make it tough, right? I want it brutal. I want it realistically tough. Like real life, guess what? It's really hard to win football games, especially when you're not a good football team. So that's what we're aiming for here, guys. So this is not a finished version, guys, okay? Make sure you're subscribed so you can get the finished version, okay? Hit that subscribe button because it's going to notify you when I put that shit out, okay? Because that's going to come out in about a week. Either the 27th or 28th, because I have a business trip coming up and I want to make sure that I have them finished for that. So yeah, 27th or 28th, make sure you're subscribed because I want to get that shit to you, okay? But listen, guys, we're going to go through this stuff. I'm going to explain it as I go. And remember, this is an early version, guys. It's not going to be perfect yet, but I promise you it is much better than regular Heisman. Base Heisman, it's fun, but it's not realistic, right? It's incredibly fun, but it gives you a more arcadey experience. But listen, guys, let's start getting through these things because we got a good bit to go through, but I'm going to try to keep a good pace because I don't want to keep you here all day. Listen, you start on Heisman, okay? 12-minute length and then 15-second for the accelerated clock. This is going to give you just over the 69 median plays per game, per team. So that's what it is. IRL, it's 69 plays per team, per game. And this will be slightly above that, but I think it's better than going slightly under. But I may tweak this going forward. Like I said, this is an early set, but yeah, it's going to be very close to this. We'll go 12 and then 15 with that. Don't have to worry about any of this. Revamp passing, we're going to keep. You can either do small or none for this. I prefer small, but I know some people might want to toggle that off if they think that the pass leading is giving them like accuracy issues, okay? Reticle speed, I put at 7. It does nothing. I'm pretty sure it's a broken slider. I've tested this at 1, which is the minimum. I've tested at 20, which is the maximum. I've tested it all in between, 7, 10, 12, 16 even, and it's, I can't tell what, like I can read, I see what it does, like the definition, what it's supposed to do. I just don't feel it in practice or in the game, so I think that's a little broken, but I'll keep it there. For gameplay helpers, the only two I'm leaving on are Ball Hawk and the defensive heat seeker assist. The rest of those I keep off. Then down here we have the injuries, 39. Injuries are still a little low, but it's really like inconsistent. Sometimes I'll get like none, and then sometimes it'll go crazy and I'll get like 9, which I'm trying to get close to. Roughly, it's like 7 or 8 is probably where we want to be for this to have it be a realistic amount. And like 7 or 8, but luckily the way this game does it, a lot of the injuries are very temporary, right? They're either for like a quarter, you know, or they'll be back soon, or just for the game. There's very few, not very few, but it's realistic in the amount that are going to be like long-term injuries or multi-week injuries, stuff like that. So we're gonna keep working on that. But 39 for now, 75 for fatigue, and then our player speed parity, we're gonna go at 68. It's gonna slow down the amount of massive fucking plays and bring it to a more reasonable level. You still have a ton of big plays, but we don't want it arcadey, right? We want it to be realistic level of big plays. You don't want a big play every single drive. So now we're gonna go over to penalties. Penalties, offsides we're at 65, false start 55, base mass 70, DPI 60, and then we toggle off roughing the kicker. Okay, roughing the kicker we have to have toggled off because it's giving you a ridiculous amount right now, and it changes the game a lot, right? Because it's extending drives when drives should be over. So it's very consequential, and it sucks we have to turn this off, but they don't give us a damn slider for it for some reason. All they give us is the toggle on or off for it. So it's destroying your gameplay. So we have to have it off until they fix it. They need to put out a patch and fix it. It happens far too often. It is not realistic whatsoever. And like I said, it breaks the flow of the game, extends drives where they're not earned, and it includes randomness, but in a bad way, right? Not a realistic type of random. The rest of these, I'm still working on them. As you can see here, though, look, they only go up by increments of 5, which makes it really tough to put them in a good area, right? It makes it tough to either not have it in a spot where it's too high or too low if they're only letting me go by 5 instead of by 1. I don't know why they did that. That's what they give me, so that's what I have to work with, guys. So player skill, here you go. I'm not going to explain all these. I'm just going to kind of scroll through, and like I said, you can pause the video and do what you need to do. Reaction time. I did not have this at 100. I don't know why this is at 100. Let me turn this back down. That was definitely an accident. This should be at 75. Whoops. Okay. Sorry about that. Good thing I caught that, though. The rest of these are correct. All right. And like I said, just pause the video, guys, and type that shit in for yourself. I'm not going to explain all these because we'll be here, till, March or so. But this is a good spot for, like I said, early on in about a month. Not a month, in about a week, we're going to be putting out the final set, okay? The final early set, right? Like, things are going to change. Hopefully they patch different things. But, okay, that's that for all that. And then let's get over to auto subs now, which are right here. Also, guys, auto subs are really tough this year. Let me explain this real quick, because now you have auto subs, which are causing you to, so fatigue will cause players to leave the game. Also, injuries will cause players to leave the game. But fatigue also makes players play worse during the game, right? But guess what? Now we also have wear and tear, which also makes players play worse while they're in the game. So there's just so many different variables in this game that there aren't in any other football game that we've had, that I've had to like mod and shit. It makes it really tough to do things like auto subs and put it to a place where players are coming in and out at a realistic pace, but also, like I said, you don't want players in there whenever they're too tired, because they're already getting ratings decreased through like wear and tear and other things like that. So they're really going to be fucked up if they're fatigued and wear and tear is happening. Like, they're going to be a shell of themselves. So these are tough. I'm really working on these, but these take a lot of time to get right, guys. So obviously, like I said, just screenshot and then, or screenshot, you can just pause the video and then put that shit in. And then over here as well, the running back ones, guys, this one's terribly tough. This one's really tough. I'm trying, but it's not balanced very properly on their end, and the sliders aren't working the way I want them to. And then I'm trying to get the ones I'm really focusing on. If you know real football, of course, guys, you know the D-line. D-line rotates like crazy, especially the interior guys. It's not been going the way I want it yet, but like I said, guys, we're literally not even a week into the game's life cycle. I need time to test this and, put in games, put in hours, have, my different testers work on this stuff for me. And, just me, I need time. I just need time. It is impossible to get this stuff down very quickly. It takes a lot of data, right? A lot of full games played under these slider sets, recording shit, and just, you need information. So yeah, guys, that's it, okay? So we went through the gameplay options stuff. We went through the actual sliders. We went through the penalty stuff. We went through the auto subs. If you guys have questions, obviously leave them in the comments. I'm not trying to keep you here all day explaining every single thing. But like I said, guys, if you need to tweak something, tweak it by 1, tweak it by 2. Really be careful. Some of these sliders are very, very sensitive. And I would always suggest going by 1 max, especially if you've only played a game. If you play a game on it and then you want to switch by 5, you're going to fuck it up. It's not going to play intended at all, and you might cause a bunch of unforeseen consequences, I assure you. So, guys, this is the early version. This is what you guys wanted. Like I said, make sure you so other people can see this, guys. Like this so other people can see it. We want to share this with other people who want that tough, realistic, and just brutally difficult experience, right? And also subscribe, guys, because remember, in a week, that's when I'm really putting out the what's supposed to be my early finished product, okay? This is just, like I said, not even a week old yet, the game, okay? So it's not going to be perfect, but I promise you it's in a much better place for what people like me and probably you are looking for. So, like I said, leave comments if you have any questions, and I'll try to, explain away anything that you need to know. And for now, that's going to be it, guys. I appreciate you sliding by, and I'll see you guys real soon later.